I'd like to talk in a little more detail about your investments at the time. You gave kind of some summary numbers about the total number of companies and your multiplication of your funds, but can you talk about how you decide when you're looking at companies, were you looking at the jockey or the horse? How did you make your decisions about who you were investing in?
So I have developed, and I had developed even before, a pretty strong core belief system is all about an entrepreneur. Mm-hmm. It's not about technology and market. Technology and markets change all the time. Every day there's a change in the marketplace. So if you're betting on a trend or a technology, it needs to evolve. The only constant you have is a person. So I became very aware that you need to have an entrepreneur who is pretty much free-spirited. He has doubts. He has convictions, but he has doubts. And I described doing a startup as driving on a mountain road at night. Where road bends, you gotta stay on the road. You can only see through your headlights. So you need to be very much focused on what you're doing and pay attention. So entrepreneurs became. So once I started to like you as a person, and it took me a while. Maybe 3, 4, 5 meetings. I'll bet on you. But the incoming, only 1 to 2% of the population succeeds as entrepreneurs, right? So 98 to 99% people don't succeed. So incoming person, my answer is no. Whatever you're telling me, my answer is no. I'll spend an hour with you and to help you, but don't ask me for investment. So and the burden was on him to break through that barrier, and so maybe one in 20, 1 in 25 people. So my other rule was, if I'm only teaching you, I'm probably not going to invest in you. I need to learn something from you. Mm-hmm. If you have a new way of thinking, if you are doing something that I haven't seen before, a new way of so once I started to learn from you, I got hooked. Then say, hey, this is something, maybe together we can do something. So that became one of the tests for me. That am I having fun? Am I learning something new? So I realized very quickly that you have to be in trenches to keep up with the technology and markets, right? You can't be back here and know what's going on. The entrepreneurs are there. They have to tell you, and when they're engaged with the customers and markets. So I became very quickly enamored with the people who were starting to teach me, the authentic new way of doing things, and I have found that to be very useful. And then I'm learning that from 10 different people, and now I'm starting to synthesize. This is how the world is shaping up. So I started to become engaged with the people who were teaching me stuff, and most of my investments were like that. And I almost always went out of my area of expertise to invest.
Can you say more about that? So you mentioned 2 criteria, that they're teaching you something, and they're free-spirited, and then that you're having fun.
I can give you 3 more.
Are there some more attributes?
Intellectual rigor and intellectual honesty. If somebody walked into me and said, my last company failed because my VP of engineering didn't get the product right, or my last company failed because my customer canceled the order on me, or my last company failed because the VCs won't give me any more money. So this guy is blaming others. Mm-hmm. And he's not always next time you don't blame me. So I don't like the guys who blame others. I like the guys who say, I wasn't smart enough to see my guy was falling behind and needed help. I wasn't paying attention to my customer's pain. I wasn't aware that my VCs had started to tune out. The guy who owns the failures are the guys I love, because they are learning, and so I like the guys who are learning very rapidly. There are a few other things. One of them is I don't like to work with the guys who have done well in their first startup. They try and say, next Steve Jobs. That I need to do the guys who have done well, yeah, they think they have magic. They
Sort of
think-
like Conwell Recchi.
yeah, they think they have magic. Yeah, they think they have magic. Yeah, and yeah, they are used to living the good life now. They have the Mercedes. They take the European vacations. The family doesn't understand. You know, say, what do you mean we can't take our vacation? We don't need any more money, right? You know, the family support disappears. Yeah, I like the guys. The first time guy I don't know is an even chance, but the guys who have failed once, I pay attention to them. You know, they have paid. Somebody else has paid their tuition. You know, and they have twice the fire in their belly. You know, and they want to, you know, prove it wasn't them. You know, they are highly sensitized. So I like the guys who have not done well once, yeah, and still are bad for a certain time. You know, so there's the intensity there, right? So, yeah, and I found that to be I have several guys who have done very, very well. You know, didn't go with them, and that was a smart decision on my part.
Many people talk about failure or failing fast being a mantra here in the Valley. And how do you distinguish between people who have actually learned something?
This is
or
bad. This is bad to intellectual reader. If you hanging on to an idea when the market feedback is bad, you know the guy is not paying attention to the market. Yeah. So the guys who are in tune, who are listening, this is the point I made earlier, being on the mountain road. I'm off the road and I'm still believing that something. The guys who start to become dreamers, you don't want to work with dreamers either. Yeah, you want to know the guy who's very, he's starting to spade a spade. This is not what you know. The guy, failing is built into this whole thing. Acceptance of failure is a very much part of being a good entrepreneur, right? And failing fast is a cliche because you don't want to force things to fail, right? You don't want to do things to make it fail, but you don't want to hang on to things where the market is telling you it's not going to go anywhere. Some people who start to poo-poo or their competition, they don't take their competition seriously. People who start to say, I will work twice as hard as the next guy, you don't want to invest in them either. Every entrepreneur works very, very hard. And the other guy has a perspective that you need to take time to understand. We start to say, that guy is stupid. You have this issue, right? So I like the guys who are very intellectually honest and reader, and they take competition seriously.